cares. He says, sallalLahu alayhi wasallam, إِذَا تَزَوَّجَ الْعَبْدُ فَقَدْ اسْتَكْمَلَ نِصْفَ دِينِهِ فَلْيَتَّقِ اللَّهَ فِي الشَّطْرِ الْآخِرِ. If the slave gets married, he has completed half of his deen. So let him fear Allah on the other half. If you're sitting in this masjid right now and you're not married, you are not a complete human being. You're not complete until you get married. And that's the sunnah of Allah. فِي الَّذِينَ خَلُوا مِنْ قَبْلِ. That's reality. I found in my experience in giving da'wah, in dealing with different communities, in dealing with the different idarat, you know, the different managements of the da'wah, the masjids. We have to sit together, we have to make decisions. I found that the brothers who are not married are the most difficult to deal with. That doesn't mean if you're not married, you're a problem. I'm not saying that. But when you're married, you can appreciate having a wife and having children. And when you tell them you want this done, you want that done, you appreciate when they listen to you. So the man who was married, he can appreciate being mahkum. Mahkum. Ali ibn Abi Talib doing his khilafah, radiyallahu anhu. There was a man who approached him, and the man tried to make a tanaqqus from Ali. وَحَاشَا لِلَّهِ. He said to Ali, during the khilafah of Abu Bakr and Umar, we didn't have all of these problems. Now during your khilafah, we have all these problems. As if to say, Ali, you're the problem. Ali ibn Abi Talib said, yes. The reason why Abu Bakr and Umar didn't have any the problems like that I have is because Abu Bakr and Umar, they were the Khalifa over people like me. And I'm the Khalifa over people like you. You are a person who doesn't appreciate what it is to be listened to. So the one who is married is a fuller person. And if a Muslim were to look at this hadith, it's clear. Half of your deen is complete when you get married. How can a person say, well, this sheikh and that sheikh didn't get married. Imam al-Nawawi never got married. Imam al-Suyuti never got married. Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah never got married. We say, ala rasul ayn, for all of those scholars. But our example is the Nabi of Islam, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, who warned this community, and he said, فَمَنْ رَغِبَ عَنْ سُنَّتِي فَلَيْسَ مِنِّي. Anyone who abandons my sunnah, trying to get close to Allah by not getting married, then you're not from me. Like the Nasara did, like the Yahud did, but especially Nasara. Even till today, the girl or the lady, she says, I'm a married guy. The priest, he says, I'm a married guy. And they stay inside of the ma'bad and they don't get married. Allah mentioned in the Quran, رُهْبَانِيَةٍ ابْتَدْعُوهَا مَا كَتَبْنَاهَا عَلَيْهِمْ. That's not the religion. So as it relates to this issue of the nikah, it is an ibadah from the ibadat of Islam. Listen to me and listen to me carefully. Now look at this audience, and we come from the Muslim world, the Arab Muslim world, and from Africa. We have long jazur about Al-Islam. Asians, Pakistani, people from Kurdistan. Long history of Al-Islam. We come to these countries, Europe, America, and then we bring all of this mess as it relates to not having knowledge and following your hawa. So as it relates to this issue of marriage, there's one aspect I want to talk about today. And I want to make a tahdeer and a warning to the men of this community and the women as well about the integral importance of this issue. And that is, in Al-Islam, all of the ibadat, there's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. Don't be like the Yahud, don't be like the Nasara. Worship whatever they want to do. Christmas, Easter, Halloween, the Christian comes, no problem. The Muslim is not like that. If the Mawlid was from Islam, for example, I'll be the first one to do the Mawlid. But after being a Christian, I know the religion of Islam is not like Christianity. Allah said about those people in the Quran and in the authentic Sunnah as well. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَعْبُدُ اللَّهَ عَلَى حَرْفٍ. There are those people, they worship Allah, they don't know what they're doing. Muslims who worship Allah, they don't know what they're doing. Yahud, Nasara, Sikhs, Hindus, they don't know what they're doing. But Allah Ta'ala only accepts from us the ibadat, that you know what you're doing, it's been legislated, and you have ikhlas. So concerning the issue of marriage, there is one component of marriage that I want to talk about here today. We come from where we come from, Turkey, Kurdistan, all these places, and we act like we don't know. And that is the institution of the marriage that is known as the wilaya, the wali of the girl, the wali. That's the girl's father, her grandfather, her uncle, her brother, her son. Some man is responsible for the woman in Islam. الرجال قوامون على النساء. That's our religion. It's not the other way around. In order for the lady to get married, she has to have a wali. But we found in our community, people coming from the Muslim world getting married without a wali. Going down to the registrar's office, him and the girl, and they get married without the wali of the girl. I want to warn you and I want to tell you, if you do that and you have relations with that girl, akramakumullah, you have a baby, those babies are awlad zina, bastards. They're children that's haram. If you get married without that girl's father, even the revert girl, she's a revert Muslim. You can't meet her in the university, meet her in the street, meet her in the bus, and then you go somewhere and get married. She also has to have a wali. Now, I'm going to prove this point to you so that there's no doubt, but I must say, inshallah, we have these four madahib in al-Islam. These four madahib are al-Ras wal-Ain. We love those imams. وَنَرْجُو مِنَ اللَّهِ تَعَالَى لَهُمَ الْجَنَّةِ. No problem. All of those imams, with the exception of Imam Abu Hanifa, rahmatullahi alayhi, they are of the opinion that the lady has to have a wali. And Imam Abu Hanifa said, no, she doesn't have to have a wali. And that's because their marriage is an aqd. It's an agreement, it's a contract. She can go to the souk, she can go buy a car, she can go buy anything, a ticket to go to Hajj or Umrah. She doesn't need a man to conduct that. So he said the marriage is the same way. But he used qiyas when there was dalil. So concerning Imam Abu Hanifa, before we move on, inshallah, and we have people follow Imam Abu Hanifa, and we say follow him, but when it comes to something that goes against the Quran and the Sunnah, you have to abandon what everybody says. Your mother, your father, your culture, your jama'ah, your imam, even your own hawa. Three things about Imam Abu Hanifa's motive and his wrong opinion. He himself said to the people, rahmatullahi alayhi, إِذَا صَحَّ الْحَدِيث فَهُوَ مَذْهَبِي. If the hadith is authentic, then that's my madhab. That's what Imam Abu Hanifa said. He saw one of his students, Abu Yusuf, writing, listening to him, writing. He said, Wayhak ya Abu Yusuf, don't write everything that I write. What I say. He said, if you see something that I said goes against Quran and Sunnah, throw it against the wall. Throw it against the wall. And that's what Imam Abu Yaqub did. That's what his student Muhammad ibn Hassan al-Shaybani did. And the third of the madhab of Imam Abu Hanifa, those two scholars went against a third. And this is one of the masail that they went against. Because it was clear, and Imam Abu Hanifa is not ma'soom, he made a mistake. So don't come and tell me you're Hanafi, and I'm not putting Ahnaf down. This is an issue that's been dealt with in the Quran and the Sunnah. But Imam Abu Hanifa, from those four imams, in this issue, made a mistake, and he'll still give you reward. The third thing and the final thing about Imam Abu Hanifa, inshallah, is this. In this city of Coventry, coming to this city, giving this khutbah in this masjid, I see some big masajid here in this city. As it relates to Imam Abu Hanifa in this issue, you show me the biggest Hanafi masjid in this city, and then the imam of that masjid, whoever he happens to be, let someone in the university marry his daughter without his knowledge. Let someone in the university who's studying with his 18-year-old, 19, 22-year-old daughter, let someone meet her in the street, meet her in a mat'am, and then they start kicking it and getting to know each other. And then that brother says, in our madhab, and Imam Abu Hanifa said, you don't need a wali. So the girl goes and gets married. Show me an imam in this city from the Ahnaf. If that happened to him, he's going to be ready to do damage. And rightly so. Rightly so. Who in his right mind in this masjid, sitting in this masjid, you get a call from back at home, and they say to you, congratulations. Your daughter who you left here while you're working hard in the UK, your daughter's having a baby in 3 months. A baby? Yes. She got married. She got married how? I'm the wali. And then the man comes here to the UK and he gets married without a wali? He gets married without a wali? What about that man's daughter? What about that man's daughter? What happened to the statement of Allah Azza wa Jalla in the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه من الخير, in a riwayah. Where is that at? So Imam Abu Hanifa, Imam Malik, Imam Shafi, Imam Ahmed, other than them, al-Rasrain, and above them, Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali, Radwanullah alayhim, above them. But even with those companions, may Allah be pleased with them all. Our example and our qudwa, first and foremost, is the Nabi of Islam, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Now, why did the Jumhur and the majority of the scholars of Islam say you have to have a wali? And if you get married without the wali, you a zani. And a girl is a zaniya. Especially after you know, there are some people, they never heard this. They never knew. Inshallah, that person is ma'dhur because of his jahl. But isn't that an issue you should be jahl about? Things concerning the blood of the Muslims, the furuj of the Muslims, the a'rad of the Muslims. These are not things that you should know about. From those adillah, and there are many, is what Imam al-Bukhari used as a dalil and other than him. Allah Ta'ala said in the Quran to the awliya, وَلَا تُنْكِحُوا الْمُشْرِكِينَ حَتَّى يُؤْمِنُوا. You fathers, you awliya, do not marry your daughters off. Do not marry your sisters off to the polytheists until they believe. A lady came to me a few weeks ago. She wants her daughter to get married. She's a doctor, got money, her and her husband. I don't want to mention where they're from. It's not important. Ask me would I do the nikah. Yeah, I'll do the nikah. When? In June. June 2022? Yeah, June 2022. And the guy is a revert, or the guy is a white boy, white guy, he's not a Muslim. We want him to accept Islam the day of the nikah. In June 2022. You're just marrying him to facilitate the marriage. That's like muta marriage. I'm not marrying him like that. You have to let that man become a Muslim now and test him now. What is this nikah? This Islam, the day of the nikah. Who does that? Who in his right mind does that? So Allah told us, don't marry your sisters, your daughters, the women you're responsible to, until they believe. He didn't tell the women in this ayat, hey women, you women, don't marry them till you believe. He told the men, وَلَا تُنْكِحُوا الْمُشْرِكِينَ حَتَّى يُؤْمِنُوا. The second dalil from the many adillah is the statement of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَأَنْكِحُوا الْأَيَامَ. Marry off those single persons from amongst you. You men? You have single boys, single girls, marry them off. They are the al-ayama minkum. They're not married. You marry them off. وَالصَّالِحِينَ مِنْ عِبَادِكُمْ وَإِمَائِكُمْ. And also marry off those religious, righteous slaves, the boys and the girls. There's another ayat. The last ayat, Wani, and there are a lot of adillah. This is important. From the important sciences of the Quran is the science of asbab al-nuzul, the reason why the ayat was revealed. I came into this religion. I'm a brand spanking new Muslim. I met some Shiite people in New York. They were connected with Iran. The Safir of Iran was in the masjid. They read the ayat, Inna Allah ya'murukum an tadhbahu baqarah. Allah orders you to slaughter a baqarah, Surah al-Baqarah. They said the baqarah in this ayat is Aisha. I'm a brand spanking new Muslim. I don't know. As time went on, I learned Islam. I said, where did they get that interpretation from? Where did they get that interpretation? It's just out of the hat. The way we understand that Quran is the way Allah revealed it and He wanted it to be understood. So when you know the sabab of the nuzul of the ayah, you know the meaning of the ayah. When you know what the companions thought about the ayah, you'll know the meaning of the ayah. Someone come at Johnny come lately talking about Mirza Ghulam Ahmed is a Rasul after Rasulullah. ما كان محمد أبا أحد من رجالكم ولكن رسول الله وخاتم النبيين. Rasulullah is a khatam. So he came to stamp the khatam on that man that he's a Rasul. Where do you get that understanding from, Muslim? Yeah, actually, where do you get that understanding from? Cursing the companions, coming up with all this nonsense. Hazir, Nazir. It's a new religion now. It's a new religion. You put your finger on any place on the Muslim world on the map. You put that finger and it's dripping blood. Fawda. What does it come from? Because the Muslims, أنفسهم ابتعدوا عن دينهم. The religion that Rasulullah brought. I don't make takfir of the Muslims. How are these people from Daesh going to kill Muslims like that? And call that the deen? People walking around making takfir of Muslims because he cut his beard or he made a mistake. What Islam is that? From the asbab al-nuzul concerning this issue was what Allah Ta'ala mentioned. There was a man, his name was Makon ibn Yasar, radiyallahu anhu. He had his sister. One of the companions came and said, I want to marry your sister. He didn't go to the girl and conduct a nikah. He went to the Wani. I want to marry your sister. He said, okay, you have to do this, that. They did it. As they lived together, the man and his wife, same thing that happens between us happens between them. A talaq, it happens. Sometimes you make a mistake. Just as you have to know how to get married, you got to know how to get divorced. You're divorced, you're divorced, you're divorced. It's not like that. I know him. The man came and he divorced the man's sister. After the man's sister finished her iddah, 3 months, 3 periods. وَالْمُطَلَّقَاتِ يَتَرَبَّصْنَ أَنفُسَهُنَّ ثَلَاثَةَ قُرُوءٍ. Not 3 months, 90 days, 3 periods. Akramakumullah. After that happened, the man came. He said to the brother, I want to remarry your sister. I made a mistake. I miss her. The brother Makon ibn Yasar, the ghir of the Arabs that they had over their women. The ghir of the Arabs, wallahi, billahi, tallahi. That Quran that's in Arabic is from the hikmah of Allah, that Allah put that Quran in Arabic, and He put that Quran with the Arabs. Mecca, Medina, Bayt al-Maqdis. The karam of the Arab, the shuja of the Arab. As an African, I don't look at the Arab with any haqq or hasad, but I also don't look at Abu Jahl, and I don't look at those people's kuffar as being better than anyone, but the jins and Arab, I have respect for that. From the Arabs used to have in Jahiliyyah was izzah over their women, ghir over their women. So that man came and said, I divorced your sister, I want her back. The brother said, you asked me to marry her before, فَأَكْرَمْتُكَ وَأَفْرَشْتُكَ. I honored you, and I made my sister, she was a bed for you. You can enjoy yourself. You were my sister. And then you divorced her, and now you come to ask her to marry. He said, I'll never marry you. I won't marry you to my sister. He was angry. Allah revealed the ayat of the Quran. An ayat of the Quran. وَإِذَا طَلَّقْتُمُ النِّسَاءَ فَبَلَغْنَ أَجَلَهُنَّ فَلَا تَعْضُلُوهُنَّ أَن يَنكِحْنَ أَزْوَاجَهُنَّ إِذَا تَرَاضَوْا بَيْنَهُمْ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. Listen to this ayah. You Muslim men, if you divorce the Muslim woman and she completes her iddah, 3 periods, and then they want to get remarried again, the husband and the ex-wife, they want to do it again. Allah said, you awliya, you fathers, uncles, brothers, your tribe, don't prevent them from getting married. Even though she was married before, she still needs a wali. She was married. Your sister was married and she's divorced. The man still has to come through your door, whether it was her first husband or the second husband. And I don't think there's a single person sitting there who is jahil about this hukum. But then we come to Europe and we come to Coventry and the brother goes and marries someone's daughter without the knowledge of the father. وَلَا حَوْلَ وَلَا قُوَّةَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. And Imam al-Bukhari brought those 3 ahadith and put it in his book, Sahih al-Bukhari, to show the proof of what he understood, along with those many ulama of Islam, that it is not permissible for a woman to get married except with a wedding. Now listen, and Imam Abu Hanifa said, إِذَا صَحَّ الْحَدِيث فَهُوَ مَذْهَبِي. In the authentic hadith, over 30 companions narrated, 30, over 30. From those 30, 3 of them were from the wives of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم المصطفى المختار لا نكاح إلا بولي. There is no marriage except you have to have a wali. لا نفي الجنس. Even if there's a nikah, لا nikah is similar to la ilaha. La ilaha. There are a lot of guys all over the place. The Hudubarmu got gods they believe in. That Sikh temple got gods. Hindus, Yahud, Nasara, many gods. Walakin there's no ilah. Ma'bud bil haqq. La ilaha. All those guys are there. They are not really there bil haqq. So you went and you got married to that girl without a wali. La nikah. Not permit. What's wrong with you? I'll ask you by Allah, each and every one of you. And I look you in your face and I ask you by Allah. How would you feel your sister, your daughter, someone married her, and even if let's just say he's not even from your people. If he's from your people, it's ahwan, but it's still a big aib, haram, kabira from the kabair. But imagine this, you're a racist. You suffer for xenophobia. You don't like people who are not your color. Some revert Muslim from Jamaica, he took your daughter and met your daughter in the university and got married to your daughter. And that's just an example. Who's going to enjoy that? Who's going to allow that? And you're going to come tell me Abu Hanifa? And Imam al-Suyuti said the mawlid is okay. And Imam Ibn al-Hajr said our religion is not like that. That's not our religion. Our religion is Hatu burhanakum in kuntum sadiqin. Now as a revert, if a revert got married like this, I'm going to be easy with him. Because we don't have that jazur. We don't have those deep roots like you have. Many of us never slaughtered an animal for their Eid, Eid al-Adha. And you want to come here and talk about you get married to a girl without her father? The Prophet mentions sallallahu alayhi wasallam in authentic hadith, أيما امرأة نكحت بغير إذن وليها فنكاحها باطل. Listen, Ummah al-Islam. Any woman who gets married without her wali, her marriage is null and void, null and void, null and void. Why did he say it 3 times? Littaqid. We ask Allah Ta'ala to protect us and protect our daughters and our women folk from what goes on in these countries where there's a little bit of knowledge and there's folder and hawa and following the shahwa. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ونسأل الله تعالى التوفيق والسداد. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا وطيبا مباركا فيه. No doubt the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, as they said, إذا اختطب الناس اشتد غضبه وعلى صوته واحمرت عيناه كأنه منذر جيش. But I want to bring it down a notch. This issue, Ikhwani, is a problem. You're not married, this khutbah is still for you. You have daughters, you have sisters. You better stop fighting your sister and be there for her and get a good relationship with your sister. There's an issue that speaks to another problem, and that is, we're in the UK, and we're acting like we're new Muslims. We're acting like we're kuffar. issues that a Muslim, he doesn't pray. He doesn't pray. He doesn't pray. I'm not putting anyone down. We have Muslims who believe that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam is Haz and Nazir. He's everywhere at the same time. He knows the ilm al-ghayb. He didn't die. All kind of issues people are pushing off for Islam. And you have your special flavor of Islam in Tanzania, in Kenya. Special flavor in Rwanda. Everywhere you go. But the Islam that the Prophet brought is only one Islam. Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So the call here is, if we return back to the religion that the Nabi of Islam brought, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised us that He's going to help our situation. So are we as a community just happy with being Friday Muslims? That's what we want to be, Friday Muslims. I come to the masjid and the malaik at the door take me off and I get an egg, or I get a chicken, or I get a sheep, or I get a cow, or I get a camel, and that's it. That's Islam? No, Islam is more than that. Islam didn't spread in the earth with people like that. Islam spread in the earth as a result of men being around the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. من المؤمنين رجال صدقوا ما عاهدوا الله عليه. So the call here is for everybody here to stop being a part-time Muslim where you're on the margins sitting down. This masjid has to be taken care of. We're not in Kuwait, we're not in Qatar, we're not in one of those Arab countries where you don't have to worry. These lights, electricity, cleaning it, comes from everybody in this place. So these brothers are in the first row. So as it relates to the salat, they're the sabiqun al-awwalun. And they get rewarded comparable to what they did. And the people came in now, Allah knows best what your udhr is. But the sabiqun al-awwalun are not like the people coming late. And the ones who work are not like the people just sit on the side. Al-Islam, Al-Islam. Islam is not going to run like that. Islam is going to run with us having sober, mature, intelligent, strong men who are our leaders. Not people afraid to say what Islam is to the white people, black people, kuffar. Muslims are afraid to say what Islam is. You say what Islam is, the haq, the hikmah, and around them are people in the community. So I want to ask all of you by Allah's rajah to donate generously to the masjid today. Not just today, but to continue to donate to the masjid. Take care of the affairs of the masjid. We ask Allah Ta'ala to accept it from us, to accept it from you. And the makers of those people, truth in word and deed. And to establish our feet firmly upon His book and upon His tawheed. And the makers of those who are the ansar of the sunnah Muhammadiyya. Akan as-salat, yarhamakumullah.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Hayya ala as-salat, hayya ala al-falah, qad qamat as-salat, qad qamat as-salat. Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah.
Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahmanir Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim, sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim, غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. فلا أقسم بمواقع النجوم